I enjoy listening to the birds sing in this grass while the sun shines low and the breeze is just right. Huh? The birds singing, how does it make you feel? Well, I feel calm listening to them. If you go to anywhere across the world, you'll find people all have the same thing in common for a calming setting. They envision it as a place of greenery, trees full of shade, and of course, birds singing. But what is it about the dynamic of these combinations that make it such that it creates a relaxing experience? We all know with being on the countryside or on top of the mountain, there is less sound of traffic and overall people. And with the absence of sound, there is peace. But we also know being in an isolated room with sound barriers has the absence of sound effect, but it won't give us the peace compared to the mountain. You see, everything in this world operates in a form of frequency. Nikola Tesla said something similar in his time, and it's true. The sound from society production, being work, transactions, and talking, all have frequency that bounces off each other and connects to our ears for hearing. This sound we experience often is associated with a sense of rush and attention focused, sort of like a cat when it's in hunting mode. Because there's so much we're hearing and seeing, we don't stop to think or reflect when these frequencies are heading in our direction. So imagine hearing 4 different things at once while you're working and also thinking about the future. It'll wind you up without you even exerting that much force to the frequencies around you. It's no wonder markets and companies often advertise with a sense of urgency for the customer. The frequency disrupts the peace, and so they must buy the item to achieve this so-called peace. But this is all being created by the media, and it's actually a fake peace, if you will consider it. I'm not saying go live in a mountain or remove yourself from society. You should just be aware of what's going around you so you can reflect and be conscious of your environment, as opposed to just going by your day on a constant robot cycle. Being in a location of greenery is actually healthy for the mental health of the mind. The flowing trees and the rustling leaves often leave an impression in our eyes that we become dazed and often starstruck. Our thoughts begin to calm down and we seem to have a grasp on our mind. Many adults seem to enjoy taking a walk in the park as a way to wind down. The mind is focused on the sounds and the environment around it. From the science data, it's actually said that birds singing have a calming effect on the body, and this is because the frequency tells the nervous system to relax and calm down. It's interesting to see how the body responds to nature, subconsciously. From the study shown above, birds that are free from danger sing as a sign of peace and serenity. It's interesting to see how us humans align our peace with birds' sense of peace. So with that being said, the human body is in need of peace, because without the presence of peace, we are simply just autonomous robots going through a cycle every day. And this consists of work, eating, and sleeping. Now, having a nap is like lying down on the couch. It does mimic the peace, but it's often overshadowed by the walls, talking TV, and other people in the house. And this goes back to the overstimulation of frequencies. So to combat this, it's best you go under a tree. It brings freedom into your eyes. You grasp more in your vision, say atop a mountain. So it opens your horizons in a way. Your mind focuses on the view and the singing birds. So with your mind focused on these experiences, it removes the focus on stress and life and instead places it on hold. You'd often find people coming back happier and focused. And science says because it reduces cortisol and lowers blood pressure. So basically the mind isn't stressed out and operating at a fast rate. It's instead calm and ready to take on the mental load, kind of like a refresh button. Now saying this is easy, just go to a mountain and enjoy the view. But it's difficult to put into practice, and that's simply because it requires time and effort. You'll also find some of us have too much mental luggage. We prioritize our time, so doing this trip won't seem worth it. If we can't justify the reason, we won't go. And this isn't common in families that much, but it's very common in people in their 20s. So I would recommend going into this with baby steps. Maybe take a walk down your street, or perhaps go to your nearest park and ponder with the trees and nature. And if you feel like the experience, go take a hike and experience the birds in your ear. The only drawback is it is temporary, and so you'll have to recharge this battery of calmness by visiting nature. Now I hope you enjoyed, and let me know if you'd like me to go further into detail. Thank you for watching.